Potted meat is supposed to be nourishment, but this revolting protein slurry barely qualifies as food. Likewise, Lincoln fancies itself a luxury brand, yet it barely competes with Buick, let alone Audi or Lexus. However, after years of declining sales, has Old Honest Abe finally turned a corner? Well, I believe they have. Well, as that somewhat informative and moderately tasteful introduction should have made clear, this is The Skinny, and I'm Craig Cole, unless of course you're looking for back taxes, in which case I'm actually Jeremiah Scrimshaw. See? So, Lincoln. Yeah, this is a brand that's been totally forgotten for more than a decade, and if Ford were a parent, I actually think they'd be serving hard time for child abuse. But, as I mentioned earlier, I actually think things are starting to improve. A month or two ago, I tested the brand's new MKX crossover and was pleasantly surprised. With the optional 335 horsepower EcoBoost V6, that thing hauled a Kardashian's worth of ass. It was also quiet, comfortable, and smooth. Their smaller MKC is nice, as is the MKZ sedan, and the Navigator, well, it appeals to certain people, right? With decent product on hand, Lincoln sales have finally started growing again after a decade of decline. They sold more than 101,000 vehicles in the US last year, and the brand is also doing well in China, where they delivered nearly 12,000 vehicles in 2015, their first full year on the books. Now, beyond all of this, the brand new Continental sedan is set to launch later this year. Now, just let that soak in for a moment. Continental. It's a real name! Now, I do not like this car's derivative exterior styling. At all. It's like a weird mishmash of Jaguar and Bentley cues, but its interior looks nice, and if nothing else, the name is worth celebrating. Now, when it arrives, I hope the Conti is like the MKX, smooth, quiet, and comfortable, because remember, Acura, Cadillac, and even Lexus are all trying to build better BMWs, and Lincoln does not need to follow the pack. In fact, they can't with their current lineup. I'm a firm believer that there's a large market for softer luxury vehicles, and this is a space Lincoln needs to own. But not with the Mustang-based sports car everyone wants. That's too obvious a product. Instead, I envision a future four-door flagship, a massive, majestic car with a huge back seat and silent interior. Think of it as like a budget-priced Rolls-Royce Phantom. Give the thing a torquey, turbocharged V8, suicide doors, and build it on the F-150's bones. Yeah, I said it, body on frame, because, well, why the hell not? This shouldn't cost too much to develop since all of the hard engineering work has been done already, right? Plus, Dearborn sells like 18,000 of these trucks every minute, so there are obvious economies of scale. Just make sure the sedan has an independent rear suspension though. Oh, and a stand-up hood ornament. I want one of those. You know, with a car like this, Lincoln could transform itself from canned meat into dry-aged steak. Oh, great, now I'm hungry, guys. Thanks a lot. So those are some of my ideas, but are they a little bit too crazy? If you were the physician trying to fish that bullet out of Lincoln's skull, what would you do? Prescribe amphetamines, or maybe just call Dr. Kevorkian? I don't know. Tell us in the comments section down below. Again, that's The Skinny. I'm Jeremiah Scrimshaw, and as always, you're just as welcome to disagree with me as you are to be wrong.